So how's it going, Marrow?
I'm doing quite alright. How are you, 10?
I'm pretty good. I'm sad that Croatia lost the final match. I don't know if you saw World Cup this morning.
I didn't see, but I heard about it.
Yeah, crazy stuff happened, man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man.
So what's the slot car rivals game you're about to play?
It is one of the Street Pass games. It came out in like 2016, I believe. It's a racer that you control with one button.
One button.
One button. A to
Which
go, let go.
which button is that?
Either L or A, depending on your control setup. But I'm using A because I'm not a fake gamer.
Oh yeah. No
So-
A presses. This is the A button challenge, right?
Oh no, I forgot. So am I good to go? Or?
I think we were just changing a little more info, and then I think we'll be ready in like 30 seconds or so. Oh, I'll count you down, I guess. I think we're ready.
We're ready to go? Alright. I'm ready to go too. Just say the words.
Okay, I'll count you down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.
And we're off to the races. Welcome everyone to Slot Car Rivals All Courses. We are using boosters in this category, which will increase our speed by about 30% compared to just the base game. The controls for this game are actually deceptively simple. You hold A to go, you let go of A to not go. But the main thing for getting through these levels faster, other than your booster stats, which I'll get into in a sec, is carefully timing just the tiniest little release of the A button to go over corners and whatnot. Now the booster, which is that golden computer chip that I had shown earlier, is something you get via Street Pass tags. You need to tag 10 short Miis, one of which has to have gold pants. It's such a pain to set up, but it's so worth it. And then we do runs in the time trial mode, which allows you to keep your booster for as many races as you like, as opposed to the base game where you would just lose it immediately. This also means you don't have to spend any play coins and worry about that whole mess. So that's always nice. So you're gonna notice right after this that a lot of the courses I'm playing have EX versions, which are the same course but backwards. And for these first two, it really doesn't make a whole lick of difference. But coming up, it's gonna completely change how we play the levels. But what you saw me do at the start of this particular track was I went over the corner without having to slow down and I didn't crash. Because we are at such high speed, it takes us longer to get to our top speed. And if you're not at a certain threshold, the corners won't activate. It takes about 1.5 seconds to get to full acceleration from either starting or a crash. So this is the first EX course. It's called Circuit Simple, because the first one was called Simple Circuit. I am sure someone had a very, very tough time trying to come up with that name. But long story short, I'm just gonna do these 3 laps. And you can see just the minute differences that, like, oh, there's a crash. I was trying to not have that happen. But basically, it'll just put you to a halt. It takes a couple seconds for your Mii to put the car back on the track. Stuff like that. Alrighty. Oh, there's also a horn, but it's useless. Still sounds cute, though. But you can see, like, I'm going slightly ahead or slightly behind of the ghost that's following me. And that's just, like, minute differences in the amount of time you release A for. Or obviously if I crash. There are some instances where you can not get an excellent, which is what you've been seeing me do. Because when you get an excellent, you will get a slight speed boost after leaving the corner. In some cases, it is arguably faster to just not get the excellent and let your car roll over the corner, especially if you have to avoid a crash like that. But this course introduces these green zippers. You hold A and then release it as soon as you get on that rainbow section. And the idea is that the earlier you release, the faster you will get launched off of it. because it'll take your location from wherever you are and set you down on another part of the track. So the quicker you can release A, the quicker you will get put back on the track. But unfortunately, if you miss, you are at not quite boosted speed, but you're just your regular top speed going across. And that's just a fair bit slower. Now coming up here, we have city corners. As the game puts it, a corner around every corner. And something you're going to notice is that now the track layout is changed for lap 2. And that is only something that it does for this course in its EX version, and it's a super fun course to play because of it. But you can see now, it's a completely different layout compared to lap 2. It threw me for such a loop the first time I played it, because it's like, what the heck? Now it's not the thing I thought it was. That's insane. Basic stuff like that. And then we got another corner skip right at the start. And then this is called Desert Swirl. I'm sure you can imagine why. There's a very specific timing pattern you can get to hit all 6 of those around the big swirl in a row. It's almost got a rhythm game element to it. Just synced to music that's not at the same tempo you're supposed to be tapping at. Oof. Sub 33, that's still very nice for that course. And now the EX version of the island stage. I believe this one's called Island Sunset. It just turns these zippers around. And you can just kind of go around the loop the other way. It'll throw you for a loop. Reminds you of a Kirby grinding minigame. That's a new one. I've heard it described as like the spiritual successor to Dragster before. I don't know how accurate that is because I've never actually played Dragster. Ooh, whoops. Wait, wrong. I almost went to the wrong place. Sometimes when you menu, the animation that plays at the start will kind of... It looks like it'll be over, but then it isn't actually over, so it'll just kind of eat your input. And that's all kinds of not good. Yeah, this game actually wasn't on the schedule initially, nor was the game I'm gonna run after this. But we had a last-minute schedule change, and I was able to fill in some of the time. And hey, it's working out. I get to show off more of the games I enjoy playing. Oh, goodness. Alright, now, coming up here, we have what are going to be, like, blue boost pads. And right after them, they have corners, so it's going to be really tough for them to hit. I may just not go for it at all. Let's see. Alright, we got one. I missed there, but because I was still going so fast, it was better to miss than to try to go for it and crash. And once again, like a ooh. See, crashing there isn't actually too bad compared to any other spot. Now, something about this course, we have so much built-up speed, we can ride the ramp all the way around. Like, after we've already lost control of the car and it's supposed to be decelerating, and just jump over that little thing, which is hilarious. We were at food level, now we're at cloud level. And this has 3 green zippers in a row, and then 3 green zippers followed by corners in a row. If you miss one, it's not too bad, but if you crash on a corner, it can throw off your timing a little bit. Or crash on one of these corners before the zippers. So it's just kind of something to keep your focus on. I say as I immediately lose my focus. And just like Desert Swirl, this level's got a lot of corkscrews, it's got a lot of corners all in a row. But this one includes ramps, which I haven't really talked about in detail. They do affect your car's speed just a little bit. Like you saw there, the ghost in front of me was going a fair bit faster because it got the speed boost from the last part of the corkscrew up this tree. Like you see there, we were actually going past it the second lap around. There's a surprising amount of depth for such a simple little game like this when you try to get to optimizing your times. Or if you can be like me and just miss, that works as well. And now we have food level 2, Return of Jafar. And just like its older brother, this course has corners right after boost pads. And if you miss those, you lose like 3 seconds right there. It's insane. It's like the costliest crash in the game. Hey, there it is. That's fine. Yeah, 10. Unfortunately, it is Jafar. So, I'm kind of glad I got to show that crash off just because you could see how much more impactful it is to miss it. But, hey man. I was gonna say marathon luck, but this game, for this category, actually has literally no RNG whatsoever. It's all execution based. So this is a fairly easy game to start learning and start picking up. ILs are anywhere from like 20 seconds to a minute. And you can get it for free on the eShop. If anything I've done so far is interesting you, the 12-hour challenge is coming up in about 2 weeks. You can join our little Discord. We can hang out, have good times. It already did that one. Yeah, no RNG excuses. I don't know how I'm gonna cope. So here we have the hardest level in the game. Because that booster up there, the launch pad is tiny. And because we're going up a slope, we need all the speed we can get. And I have missed it. And you can see just now, the ghost car is starting to catch up at tremendous speed. Like, just see how crazy fast he's going along. I keep mismenuing. Oh goodness. "12-hour challenge made you a speedrunner, Tyler?" That's fantastic. It's good to have something like that, honestly. Gets a lot of new people into the scene. And the cool thing about the 12-hour challenge, there's no actual rules. So you could do like 11 hours if you're feeling rebellious. You could do like a category for a game that you played once and then really never went back to. It's great. I'm personally going to be doing Mario Kart DS's mission mode, for anyone wondering. Alright, so we have 2 courses left. The worst, not the worst, the hardest stuff is out of the way. We have the EX version of the corkscrew level from earlier, or the tree corkscrew level. It's largely the same, but the, what am I saying? There's less impact of the slopes, because the one we get right after the corkscrew is not as steep. So you don't gain as much speed by going into it with the excellent boost. Oh jeez. That one, my finger slipped. Had real life RNG. That's my excuse. That's my John. Alright, and here we come on the final course of the game. It's even labeled final, and I almost went to a different one. That's great. So, time is going to be when I cross the finish line on the 3rd lap, for whoever's taking care of that. Another corner skip. Getting both of those is actually super precise. Like, you can see I don't even get it all the time. Just kind of focusing up here. final. See, you can get one, but then it's really tough to get the other. It's got a weird timing to it. And also I'm a tad bit rusty with this game. I've been practicing for most of the day, but what can you do? And one more time around. And time. It says lose, but I feel like a winner. Anyone got final time handy? Assuming there was not any crazy amount of Twitch lag. Whew. Yeah, like I said, if you are interested in playing this game, even for like a single IL, 1353, oh my goodness, that is not bad at all. Like, I set the estimate for 15, but really my goal was sub 14, so that's good in my books. But yeah, if you want to play this game, you can join our server, you can view the rules on the leaderboards, and you can find all of that at speedrun.com/streetpass, and it'll have links to each game. We have guides for a handful of the games that are being ran at the moment. Slotcar does not have one yet, but I'm working on it, don't worry. Now, I'm just gonna get my stuff set up real quick for Benbow Quest. We did meet the incentive, so that's gonna be pretty cool. I'll see you guys in just a few minutes.